Hi, hello, welcome to Dusty Shop, where bad decisions are rabid and planning is lacking. So, don't do what we do. Well, you could try it. Have fun with it. You know, do the YouTube stuff. Click like and subscribe. Alright, thanks.
Hello, Sticker Scores. So today we're working on the gantry crane. I'm sure you've seen it in the background in the shop here around and all that. Got this thing from a friend of mine. I gotta make some mods. It's a little too short and a little too narrow for what we need it for. I want to be able to swing it between the doors and basically just leave it sit there. And just go drive through and do everything I want. And I one of those, the trolley. So, and this is going to be the beam we're going to use on top. So, this thing used to be the beam across it, which it worked fine because we pulled motors with it. We've done some stuff with it already. It was just a little too short. So, with that being said, so this is what I decided to do. I've cut this. I'm just basically going to slip it in here, and then we're going to weld it up here. I'll plate it right here, and then when we do the uprights, we'll grab it right about here, and then run it up to the beam, kind of like this. Gusset. So I'm just kind of cleaning them up. This thing is, it's seen some days. I mean, it still works great. So, why get rid of it? Why scrap it? It still works fine. Like I said, just need a little mod for me. I just like it a little taller. I'm leaving the door. Lazy. So, with that being said, I'm gonna come back and I've got to do a whole mess of grinding because the old plasma cutter was washing some of this stuff out. Our work stands work great. Got them jacked up. That's all level. Everything else is in good shape. It's a little different, but hey, you know what? What I got in this thing, I'll live with it. So put paint on it. It'll look pretty. So, with that being said, like I said, we'll come back and hopefully I'll have the next piece in here and kind of show you how I laid this out. Like I said, we have a little camera technical difficulties. I got a couple new cameras, so yeah, a little learning curve. So, all right, Sticker Scores. So there we go. We are. That's kind of what it looks like. Split the beam, weld it up, football patch it there. And like I said, weld it on both sides. Get the same length overall. This thing was already level. All you gotta do, measure it, both sides, same length. And yeah, we're golden. For the most part, because this floor is pretty flat, not perfect, but pretty flat. So, I'm gonna do a little more finessing. Gotta beat this thing in place. Get my length a little closer. It's a little long on this side compared to that side, the other side. So, yeah, we'll bring it out. So that's kind of how I patch these beams. And this thing will be strong, like I said, it's all get out. So we'll come back when I get ready to start throwing some sparks. Okay. All right, Sticker Scores. I don't know how I did that, but that when I put it in there, it tapped it one time, and it's all lined up. Got to do a little adjustment to get it straight in there, but I couldn't do that again if I saved my life. So with that being said, like I said, there's a gap here, but I take some of the old plate from the floor there, football in it. And basically, my support part is to weld all that. And it's just, because I'm going to use my stick machine because, yeah, it doesn't get used a lot, and I need to kind of use it a little bit to keep everything so it doesn't end up like my old welder and gum up and not work right when I need it to. And then I'm spending like 3 days jacking with that just to weld a 5-minute project. So, this is going to get loud, so we'll probably do like a fast forward deal. So, yeah, let me get y'all set up and we'll get to doing some welding. All right, Sticker Scores. So, here we go. We'll fire up that new gas boiler line and then, yeah, let's get this thing welded out.
Alright, circus goers. So what we got here is, well, I was letting that beam right there cool off. Cut out them plates to make some patches to take up whatever kind of uneven cuts and everything else in there to help the ends of this beam out to get it to the legs. So that way it's more welded surfaces is muy bueno better. So now that we've got that beam right there all straight and square, now what we're gonna do is take the big top overhead beam and we're gonna try to start lining it up against that beam right there where the patches and all that. It's been welded up pretty good, so there's a little bit on the bottom, but I'm gonna finish it up, welding it up when it's standing up and it's good enough so it won't move. I'm just not gonna stand on my head and weld it when I don't have to. Why? Nah. So what we'll do is we'll get all this done and organized and start moving that beam over here, and let's make it happen, Captain, and get the welding nut up, because we gotta get her done. So here we go. Alright, circus goers, so what we're going to do now is I am going to go get my engine hoist. I've got the sawhorses right there, which I'm going to sit the beam on there, start getting it leveled up. I use the engine hoist to move it and lift it, because I'm not going to blow it back out trying to pick up that beam because it's not really light. So let's go make something like who knows. Alright, circus goers, so we got the beam up here. I have got here is a large framing square. So I know that the beam I just welded up is all flat and true, pretty square with each other. Lined everything up to make sure it was. So with that being said, now this is gonna be time. You gotta get both ends squared up with each other, and then you gotta run the level on it, get everything leveled, put a couple tacks here and there, and then it's just gonna be when you're welding, you gotta leave a little gap there for them plates I made, and some room to weld. You gotta have a little room to weld on the ends, because if you butt it up flush, there's nothing to weld to, and why? But so that's what I'm gonna do here. This is just gonna be run back and forth because I've got the legs standing out of camera, but I'll go over there, put a level on those, and make sure that we're not pigeon-toed or wall-eyed, and make sure everything stays low, as level and square as we can get it. Because you could easily get this thing all jacked up, and then you gotta pick something up and the thing's falling over like a dead tree in the forest. But let's not do that, so we'll go through here. You're gonna watch me. We'll kind of speed through this. I gotta apologize, the camera is new and was not at all what I expected. It wasn't a cheap camera, but it sure does look like one. I don't think we'll be using this thing anymore because of this. The audio was earlier in this video is pretty bad, so I just want to apologize now. We'll muddle through this one, and lessons learned. So there we go. As you can see there, we're kind of sliding everything around on the old adjustable work stands. We utilize those. You can see the one on the top of the picture. Got a regular jack stand next to it, car and a truck,
And yeah, we're just that's it. Getting everything lined up, get it squared up, so that way we can start to make the crane again instead of 3 pieces. So here we go. So what I've done here is I went out and went in the other room, grabbed the old tractor jack, and let's get this bad boy leveled up with the rest of the sides. Because when you look at the webbing down the middle of the beams, that's what I want to line up. Because the leg beams are 4.5 inch beam, and the top is a 5.5 inch beam. So I'm gonna have a little 1/2 inch hanging over. That's what them plates are for. Take up some of the gap. Help with keeping the edges where they need to be. So we will, or I will, do a little, get the tractor jack set up. Pop some boards underneath them sawhorses to keep it where I want it. And yeah, a little more, a little more jacking around right here, and maybe we can get some welding done. Oh, yeah, something.
All right, there we go, circus goers. There she is standing. So, while I was up there welding, kind of up there, kind of cleaning up some spots and whatnot. And I grabbed it by the top here, and the top's a little shaky. Of course, you know, this bar right here should probably be up higher. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to add 4 more bars. I'm going to start right there. I'm tying right there. I'm gonna grab it up there, like right in the middle of that extension I put in there. Yeah, I'll put it tied in there, about 8 feet. Because this thing, that's a 10-foot ladder. That is a 10-foot ladder. So she's like 10 foot, 6 inches tall. So my doors are 10 by 10s. 10 by 10. 10 by 10. So, and then, so we'll put the trolley up there. And then here just a little while ago, I scored a deal. And, of course, we went doing car parts, so somebody needed some parts. And so I got one of these Harbor Freight electric winches. Yeah. Spectacular. So we're going to use that instead of an old chain pawl. Because I'm old and I'd rather push a button than pull a chain. So, but like I said, I did notice it was a little shaky up there when I was up there welding, kind of wobbling around, testing it. You do that, check everything. So like I said, we're going to add some poles, pipes to go up higher. Help kind of balance her out up there a little bit better. All that's up there welded. Welded nicely. So we're getting closer. We'll add the pipes, and then we'll finally get this thing done. Might even get a coat of paint. Might even paint it. We'll see. We'll come back and work on the pipes.
All right, circus goers. So here we go. Here it is. It is all welded up. The extra pipes have been installed. Normal stuff. Had the old camera issues. Right here is the old chain fall and hanging on there right now. That's my little Harbor Freight electric winch, which we gotta do a little more something to that to get that to hang up there and work right. And do a little homework on that. See what I can find to get it up there and get it to work right, because it just doesn't balance on the beam trolley up there now. Because I want to be able to do that. I want both of them to slide easily, and I think I'm gonna leave both of them on there now. I don't know where that Harbor Freight thing will hold something up and just hold it, and that little chain fall will sit there for forever and hold something. So, with that being said, here it is. Maybe we'll come back and do a little segment on what I figure out how to get that thing to work up on the beam. Don't know. We'll see. One thing's for sure is I ain't using this camera and this gear because it's absolutely terrible. Thanks for muddling through this bad video. Lesson learned. So with that being said, thanks for watching, and yeah, we'll catch you on the next one. All right, thanks.